It's the AFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Jacksonville. It's the Chargers and the Jaguars, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Time to determine who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. The Conference Championship is underway. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at the Pac-12 Media Days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly. The way that rocket arm could throw the ball all over the field. Been hyper productive statistically. Kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. All on the 45, 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Chargers will have a first. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Play action now for Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 4th and long. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. Now this is a beauty of a kick. Gets headed out of bounds. No chance at a return or a touchback. They're going to mark it out at the 6. So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. And bringing them out to former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
And he doesn't have the advantage he usually does coming off a bye week. Both these teams came in here well-rested after a Sunday away. Of course, that means an extra week of prep work for this defense, too. So he's got his work cut out for him to find ways to attack them today.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence has him on the quick hitter. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
First carry here for the rookie out of Penn State. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Jacksonville in punt formation. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. Fields this at the 19. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Completed to his running back. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Here we go, third and less than a yard. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. All right, all set up now, 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Taken in by Likely. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. They give it to him again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. First down, ball at the 36. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Into the hands of Likely. They gain 14 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Pass is caught at the 9. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play. From the red zone now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction. Going the wrong way. It's 2nd and goal now, back at the 12. Trying again, following the sack. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now, Herbert. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Browns kick is up and good. And that will get them on the board.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Second drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches at the Chargers' 47-yard line.
So we're through one here in the AFC title game. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They have it on 2nd and short. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Lawrence working from the gun. He's got Shaheed. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Lawrence to throw it. Short pass brought in. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Lawrence looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Sticking to the air with Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Putting a receiver in motion. After the sack, another pass on second down. Cut near the goal line. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Ooh, this is going to be a false start on the offense here.
False start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Catch is made in close. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Gurindo. And he's in for the touchdown. The Jaguars take a second quarter lead. Isaac Gurindo with the touchdown. Cam Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars take a 4-point lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Chargers and this running back headed back out for a new series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. And they had that one contained right at the line. Darnell Savage brings that to an end. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Herbert now. Got a man, Palmer has it. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. So now here's 3rd and 5. Now Herbert to throw. Complete. He loses the football. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first. From the pistol, it's Herbert. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Couldn't connect on first, it's 2nd down. Herbert to throw once more. Johnston brings it in. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. It's Herbert once more. Throw left side, complete. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now Herbert again. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away kind of big. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
First down from the red zone. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's brought down for a loss. Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for second and goal. They're running again. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Just 2 yards there on second and goal, and still a ways to go now on third. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Everbank. The Chargers driving ahead. Third and goal. Here's Herbert. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, L.A. The Chargers get some late points and the lead. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers push their lead to 3. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. They just witnessed maybe the most impressive drive we've seen all game, Brock, and now they get a chance to answer with one of their own. First and 10, it's Lawrence. Finds him on the slant. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. Second and 3. He gets this one to Strange. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. Lawrence in the pistol. That pass caught by Strange. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Man in motion out of the slot. Got him in. It's Thomas. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Stopped by Deion Henley.
Number 7, Brian Thomas. It's a gain of 2. Brings up third and 3.
Third down, Lawrence to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. Ball at the 33 for first down.
Hey, Lion!
Lawrence working from the gun. Into traffic, complete. This is ahead for about 5. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle.
Brings up second and 5.
Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Cam Little now to try the Jags field goal. This will be a 45-yard look from the left hash. The kick by Shudak is good. And it'll knock this game up late in the second quarter.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. One final shot before halftime. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. So we're now halfway through deciding who's going to rep the AFC in the Super Bowl. Now we'll send you down I-95 a couple hours to Orlando, depending on traffic. And we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great...
Not a big window for those halftime speeches. They're right back out of the locker room and set to resume play with the third quarter. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting in the wings for whoever can finish this game out as we're back underway. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here come the Jaguars, taking the field on offense to start the third. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. He's got Shaheed. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. New set of downs for him at the 38. Going to the ground again on 1st. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They motion the tight end over. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he gets him around 6 there. That was Asante Samuel. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He has the first over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. All set up now for 1st and 10.
And the Jaguars first down.
They send a man in motion.
1st and 10 at the 40.
First down throw, Lawrence. He's on the move. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
Motioning the tight end now. From the 34. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. On is Little for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. They'll look to knot up this game right now as they trail 17-10. 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Got a man, Palmer has it. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. On the play fake, it's Herbert. McConkey's got it on the sideline. And he's out of bounds after getting it. We're going to get a second look at this. Jerron Mayo disagreeing with the call and throws the flag. So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why.
Well, that didn't break out how they thought it would, and they're going to lose the first of their 3 timeouts for their trouble. On first down, they'll run. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Another carry for him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Jaguars with an extra defensive back out there, third down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Johnston brings it in. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They're now set for first and 10. Herbert. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Second and 3 now. Lone back gets the handoff. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Into the hands of Likely. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5. Herbert from the gun. That throw finds Johnston. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. They'll come up first and 10. Throwing now, Herbert. He brings it in. And he drives this forward to the 6. Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the pistol, it's Herbert. And he has the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers start the second half with some needed points. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers make it 17-all. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. His return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. They're out and set, first and 10. And this is an important drive to get momentum back after that touchdown tied things up. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Tuli Tuipulotu in for the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Got Washington, it's complete. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. It's a gain of 4. And that's a Jaguar first down. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. They'll run here on first down. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up second and 5. They'll send their tight end right. They just get the play off. Get some space around midfield. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Only one frame remains before we see who's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. This game's still tied after 3, so we're going to decide things here in the fourth quarter. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's the lone back on the handoff. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Offense set for a 1st and 10. That's incomplete left side.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. And that... Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Gain of 6 makes it 3rd and 4.
Lawrence working from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. From the pocket, looking for a target. Watt sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Escapes the pocket. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most important.
Put the body on the line for his team. And he's got it. Has to lay out for it, but touchdown. The Jaguars take a fourth quarter lead. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And he has to be happy about his game. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Completed here to Johnston. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Here's Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air, Herbert. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Herbert once more. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield. Good play into a great play.
And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Trying again from the 2. It's second and goal. Now Herbert to throw. Flush out out to his left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack. They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal. Herbert now, blitz coming. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers now trailed by just a point in the 4th. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers tie this game up. Fielded at the 7. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence gets this one to Shaheed. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Second and 6 coming up here.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 36-yard line.
From the 36. He gets this one to Strange. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Jaguars, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Able to find Strange here. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That's another Jaguars first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now a give running right. Oh, he trucked that defender. Give him around 6. That's going to make it second and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Lawrence now off the play action. Fits it through the middle. Has room into the secondary. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a fourth-quarter lead. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts them in front here in the second half. It puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. Now to kick it away, here's Pinion. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Chargers send wide receiver Ladd McConkey set for another drive. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Man in motion here. Herbert on first down. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it brings up an LA first down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Into the hands of Likely. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Second and 6 coming up here. Try and push it deep downfield. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Here he is to throw. Johnston brings it in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Desperation time here on fourth. Gets this to McConkey. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. This finds Likely. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Back to throw. Taken in by Likely. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Here he is to throw. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Setting up to pass. He's on the move. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. 3rd and just 2 to go. To throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
And it's not over yet. They score here in the final minutes, and now they can tie or even win this game right here. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
He'll look to throw it. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Well, Brock, 4 quarters, couldn't decide a winner. And now we're set up for an exciting conclusion to this contest. Overtime is coming up next. So overtime in the playoffs, Brock, things work a little bit different, and we know that some folks have been confused by this. So both teams guaranteed 1 possession regardless of who wins the coin toss here. And if after those 2 drives we're still tied, then an entire season comes down to who can score first. A couple of evenly matched teams atop the AFC, but only one can represent this conference in the Super Bowl. Overtime is underway. And in the end, he's able to get into what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And since it's the postseason, Brock, a touchdown won't win the game automatically, but it will put some serious pressure on their opponents getting the football next. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Herbert now off the play fake. Catch made left side by McConkey. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. New set of downs for him at the 38. Right up the gut. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Herbert with a blitz coming. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Back to the air, Herbert. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. On third down, Herbert. And the Jaguars are there. He's all down. Punting unit out now. And in overtime, he needs to make this a good one. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. Their defense got off the field clean, Brock, and now their offense runs on knowing that any points are going to end this game.
Well, you want to look up complimentary football in the football dictionary. This might be the most important time for it. One side of the ball makes a stand, the other side gets a chance to go win.
First down, ball at the 36. Lawrence working from the gun. Taken in by Shaheed. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Motioning one of the tight ends. First and 10, it's Lawrence. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Handoff now out of the gun. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. A tight end in motion now. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Into traffic, complete. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
And he's brought down for a loss. Got to figure out this 3rd down here. From the shotgun, Lawrence has him on the quick hitter. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. This one's caught. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 3rd and just 2 to go. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Complete beyond the marker. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. So the Jaguars come away with the win in this one. And they'll raise that Lamar Hunt Trophy high as champions of the AFC. And that earns them 2 more weeks of football until they head to the Bayou and fight for a Super Bowl. So that's it for us here. Brock Huard, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.